Yes, folks, if you're white, you are a racist, didn't you know? You're a racist and you have white privilege. Have a look at this propaganda from NBC.
I will always be a recovering racist.
I believe that every white person has racism within them.
God, so every white person is now a racist. So every white person should now be ashamed. That is despicable. This propaganda is despicable.
So much implicit bias. It makes me laugh and cry at the same time.
There's this huge sense of guilt and shame along with that, to realize that, wow, I used to think I was this perfect little white person
But now you're a racist.
in a bubble that didn't do anything bad to black people, and so I was okay. And I'm actually not that person. It's a terrible realization, I think, but at the same time, like, so needed.
We are here for a YWCA workshop called Witnessing Whiteness, where the conversation is about white privilege.
We've historically used people of color to teach us about race. And so what we want is for white people to kind of do their own work.
It's a kind of raw talk that has caught the attention of local educators.
So it's caught the attention of local educators. So now they're going to push this propaganda into schools.
Witnessing whiteness allows for people of color not to have to do that work. And for the accountability really to fall upon white folks. I think white folks have to be the ones who have to do the work in eliminating racism.
So it's all up to the white folks, eh? And so that means that black people are not racists?
For many of the attendees, it's the first time they're talking about race and having frank conversations about their own bias.
I've been curious for quite some time about the concepts of racism.
I had been sort of lower middle class. I'd worked hard for everything I accomplished in my life. And so the idea that there was any privilege associated with being white was a totally foreign concept for me.
This, folks, is absolutely dangerous propaganda. It is dividing people. It is pitting blacks against whites and vice versa. It's not uniting people. In fact, it's doing the opposite. White people and black people are getting more and more reticent these days because we don't know how the other people think. For example, I don't know, when I'm speaking to a black person, for example, I don't know how this black person thinks of me. Does he think of me as a racist? Is the black person buying into this propaganda? This is very, very dangerous stuff, folks. And the left keep on doing this. They keep on dividing people. They always need to divide people. Anyway, folks, now let's go over and have a look at something a little bit more light-hearted. On the same subject, but a little bit more light-hearted.
Meanwhile, some on the political left love to use the word, and often use the word, white privilege as an argument in policy debates.
But an exchange that took place on the radio yesterday between host David Webb and legal analyst Areva Martin was pretty
Now, she's from CNN.
embarrassing for her.
That's a whole nother long conversation about white privilege and things that you have the privilege of doing that people of color don't have the privilege of.
How do I have the privilege of white privilege?
David, by virtue of being a white male, you have white privilege.
Areva, I hate to break it to you, but you should have been better prepped. I'm black.
You gotta laugh at that. So they're calling David Webb a white person, and he has white privilege. What a cartoon this is.